Welcome to InFocus. The sub-Saharan African nations like Mali, Burkina Faso, Niger, South Africa, Nigeria, amongst others, has been fundamental to the prosperity of the advanced countries, and Africa has a role to play. A role as a raw material producer. Thus, they will not allow sub-Saharan Africa to escape that. When I say they, I mean the advanced countries that have been exploiting the resources of Africa for years. They will do anything and everything to keep sub-Saharan Africa where it is and also impoverished. This act of interest is absolutely vital for the prosperity of everyone else except Africa herself. And this means that all the economic structures, all the global institutions, and the economies that they teach Africa is all designed to keep Africa exactly where it is today. And whether it is Europe or US or now China, it is always the same. They need Africa to be impoverished because they need Africa's raw materials and they need them as dirty as they come. It doesn't mean to say that there is nothing Africans can do. In fact, there is always something Africans can do, and that is to do exactly what is. Because if Africans do something, I assure you that the living standard of all Europe, North America, and Asia is going to fall. And that is a big price to pay. And I assure you that the West is not going to allow that to happen without a big fight. So the Western academic institutions is to convince Africa to keep doing what they're doing and to show Africans that it is their fault that they are poor and not the West. They know the basic forces that have caused this underdevelopment in Africa, and they know that it is colonization, but they cannot just allow Africa to industrialize and start producing manufacturers. So they will do everything to stop them. I will tell you exactly how they block Africa from developing.
Of the advanced countries. And sub-Saharan Africa has been fundamental to the global prosperity of the advanced countries. And Africa had a role to play. It has a role as a raw material producer. We will not allow sub-Saharan Africa to escape that. Okay, we do everything to keep sub-Saharan Africa where it is, also impoverished. It's absolutely vital for the prosperity of everyone. So let's get clear about that. Okay, and this means all the economic structures, all the global institutions, and the economics we teach everyone is all designed to keep Africa exactly where it is. And whether it is Europe or US or now China, it's always the same. We need Africa to be impoverished because we need those raw materials and we need them dirt cheap. Okay, so that's the message.
They have East Asian rapid industrialization processes. In the earlier period, they had Japan, Korea, and Taiwan in rapid growth, sucking in raw materials from Africa, driving up the prices after these countries finished industrialization. Then sub-Saharan Africa growth rate begins to fall. Thus, sub-Saharan Africa is condemned to this role, the role of just the supplier of raw materials and not manufacturers, in which, in turn, the currencies of these countries collapse. After colonization ended, they needed new structures to keep these countries where they were. And the first of these structures is aid. They give African countries aid. Aid for what, if I may ask? Are they aiding Africa that is home to some 30% of the world's mineral reserves, 8% of the world's natural gas, 12% of the world's oil reserve? I don't think so. Actually, they give Africa aid to keep repressive regimes in power. That's all. All the hypocrisy of transparency and democracy, it's all super story. They go to countries after countries offering loans, and if they do not accept these loans, they are either replaced or killed. It is like a game of chess for them and an economic warfare for Africa. The rich declare war on the poor. It happens everywhere. It happens in these African countries where the rich controls the governments. Do you really believe that Africans have democracy. Why? Of course not. Come on, let's grow up. It's just a democracy shenanigan. Who has all these subsidies and income support? US and Europe. The largest budget in the world for supporting their farmers are Europe and US. They are keeping African dependent. They are keeping Africans on a string. There's a silent war in Africa, and it is certain that Africa will win, for Africa is the motherland. I hope you enjoyed watching. I remain your host, Ojukwu Helen, and this is Copper News 24.